Now, a new production of the hit musical Jersey Boys is back on tour in the UK. It's at Norwich's Theatre Royal this week and in Southend in July. The show tells the story of how four boys from New Jersey rose to fame as Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. Here's a flavour from a previous production.
Big girls don't cry. Big girls don't cry. Walk like a man, fast as I can. Walk like a man from you. Sherry, Sherry baby, Sherry, Sherry baby. Oh, what a night. Oh, what a night.
You should hear the number of people who've been singing Walk Like a Man around this building
Fabulous.
today. Now, one of the boys comes from Southend and one comes from Clacton. They came in to see us earlier this afternoon. Well, let's start by introducing who you are and who you play.
Sure thing. My name is Declan Egan and I play Bob Gaudio.
Sure thing. I'm Lewis Griffiths, I play Nick Massey.
I'm Simon Bailey, I play Tommy DeVito.
And I'm Michael Watson, I play Frankie Valli.
And all of you were born after Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons became famous.
Yes.
Did you know the songs?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, as we were talking about this earlier, me and Simon, and we knew all the songs by osmosis of seeing them in adverts and hearing them, and you have like a connection to the songs already.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until I saw the show that I went, whoa, this is all these guys. You know, they wrote all these songs, and then you have a real sort of thrill for it, you know? You're like, they were really prolific in what they achieved, you know?
And Michael, you actually, when you first played this role, you had to go over and be trained by Bob Gaudio to sing those falsetto high notes.
Yeah, he did. He did give me a lot of advice, and I tell you, it was amazing. It was quite nerve-wracking because I flew out to New York initially, where we did like the Frankie camp, you know, which I thought was amazing. It was basically any Frankie from around the world that they wanted to train up, you know. And then you had to fly out to Nashville because Bob Gaudio likes to give the go-ahead on any Frankie that was playing there at the time. And 9 o'clock in the morning, he pulled up in his Porsche, looking cool, and he goes, right, should we sing Sherry then? And I was like, oh, Sherry, 9 in the morning, Sherry. But we, you know, and we went for it, and you know, luckily we just had a great time, and he just told me the best ways to be as authentic as possible, really. And it was a
It's
thrill.
really bad for you guys because you don't get to go to America and train with them, do you?
Sadly not.
Definitely
We
not.
missed that. We missed that little trip.
Yeah, I know. I felt like one of the lucky ones, you know. I was like, oh, this is all right.
And you're playing Norwich at the moment. I know you're going to be in Southend very soon, and you're from Southend, aren't you?
Hometown.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't wait.
So yeah, will you get a lot of your old mates? And you're from Clacton, aren't you? So a lot of
Oh
old
yeah,
mates
and I
coming
trained
into-
in Southend in musical theatre and so on like that. So for me, it's like I feel at home there. So I can't wait to perform there. So
And-
we'll get a lot of people in.
Yeah,
won't we?
the Essex crowds. I was on the tour that went to Southend the first time, and it blew the crowds away and surpassed expectation as well, because I think we broke box office records at the Cliffs Pavilion in Southend, so
So no pressure.
no pressure.
You know.
Do you get fed up with some of the songs? Those songs you think, oh, I don't want to sing this one.
No.
Do you know what? You actually don't. I mean, because you would think doing it as many times, 8 times a week, you know, sometimes 9, you know, and it's for a long time we do this, and you would think that you would get bored of these songs, but they're so well written, and we have so much fun singing them together, and they genuinely are a joy to sing. I think we normally go through a phase where one day you'll have a favourite, the next day it'll be a different one, and it just keeps rotating, really.
Do the audiences join in? Do they sing along with you?
Absolutely. Yeah, we were just actually discussing about the fact when we were in Liverpool that they were just up on their feet and screaming out, "Can't take my eyes off you." And to the point where Michael, who's playing Frankie Valli, singing that solo line, his voice was drowned out because the audience was so booming.
But
you know?
for me, it was like elating because it was like, you know, you get to play a rock star and you really felt like one, you know, and I was overwhelmed by it. I really appreciated it. And we seem to be getting great responses wherever we're going. We're quite lucky with this show that people seem to love it, you know?
So are you actors first or singers first?
Ooh, good
That's a
question.
great question.
Yeah,
I'd like to jump in and say, I'm an actor.
Right.
Because these guys have the voices.
Oh, come on.
You must have a good voice too.
That is a Southend modesty there. Which isn't very modest usually. No, but true.
Yeah.
But you know, it's I think we'd all like to think that we just love them all equally, don't we? I mean, I love singing, but it's because of the character that I come back and play it again and again.
Good. Great to have you with us. Have a good stay in Norwich. Good stay when you go to Southend.
Will do.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
sure you're doing very well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, this time next week, England will be minutes away from their